Get ready for a high-octane update on the biggest stories hitting the sports world right now. We start with the heartbreaking news that has sent shockwaves through the global football community as we remember the legendary goalkeeper Alex Manninger. The former Austrian international and beloved star who played for elite clubs like Arsenal and Juventus has tragically passed away at the age of 48.
Your brand new iPhone deserves the best protection, and the iLune 3-pack screen protector plus 3-pack camera lens protector has you covered. Don't take risks with your iPhone. Click the link in the video description to shop now on Amazon.
The details surrounding the accident are truly devastating, as reports confirm that Alex Manninger lost his life after his vehicle was struck by a passenger train at an unrestricted crossing near Salzburg. Clubs across the globe are pouring out tributes to a man described as a true ambassador of the game, whose professionalism and reliability inspired a generation of young goalkeepers. Shifting gears to the business side of the pitch, Juventus is currently dealing with a massive transfer market headache involving Lois Openda. Despite being the club's most expensive signing, his performance has been a mystery, and now the club is forced to finalize a €40 million payout to RB Leipzig following a top 10 finish that triggered a permanent move clause. With the club looking to offload the striker this summer, we are watching closely to see if teams like Rennes will step in to take him off their hands. It is a wild time in football, with so many updates unfolding every single hour. So make sure you are in the loop by hitting that like button and subscribing to the channel with notifications turned on so you never miss a beat. The world of football is in mourning today, following the tragic passing of a true journeyman and a beloved figure between the posts, Alexander Manninger. At just 48 years old, the former Austrian international lost his life in a horrific road accident near Salzburg, where reports indicate his vehicle was struck by a passenger train at an unrestricted crossing. It is a sobering reminder of how quickly life can change, even for those who seemed untouchable on the biggest stages of world football. Manninger wasn't just a backup. He was a standard-bearer for Austrian talent, gracing some of the most prestigious clubs on the planet. From his early days in North London, helping Arsenal secure a domestic double between 1997 and 2001, to his expansive career across the iconic stadiums of Italy, playing for the likes of Juventus, Fiorentina, and Bologna, he was a steady hand in an often chaotic sport. Even in the twilight of his career, he provided seasoned expertise as part of the Liverpool setup in 2016. Peter Skodel, the sporting director of the Austrian Football Association, hit the nail on the head when he called him an outstanding ambassador, whose professionalism and calm demeanor influenced an entire generation of keepers. It takes a unique kind of grit to sustain a career across so many top-tier leagues, and that is a testament to his character as much as his shot-stopping ability. We have lost a player who represented the very best of what it means to be a teammate. If you appreciate the unsung heroes who defined eras of football, please take a moment to drop a tribute in the comments below. Rest in peace, Alex. It's hard to accept that the man who saved so many games couldn't be saved from such a sudden, senseless tragedy. In a heartbreaking turn of events, the footballing world has lost a truly respected figure. Former Arsenal and Juventus goalkeeper Alex Manninger has tragically passed away at the age of 48 following a devastating accident involving a passenger train near Salzburg. It is the kind of sudden, senseless news that stops the sporting community in its tracks. Manninger wasn't just a player. He was a journeyman in the purest sense, gracing some of the biggest clubs in Europe. From his vital years at Arsenal between 1997 and 2001, to his extensive career across Italy with Juventus, Fiorentina, and Bologna, he was a fixture of professionalism. Even as he neared the end of his career, Liverpool saw enough value in his experience to bring him on board in 2016, proving just how highly regarded his character was. The Austrian FA rightly called him an outstanding ambassador, noting his calm demeanor and the way he mentored the next generation of shot-stoppers. It is rare to see such a universal outpouring of grief from clubs as diverse as Arsenal, Liverpool, and Juventus, but that speaks volumes about who he was as a man. Beyond the clean sheets and the saves, Manninger leaves behind a legacy of humility and dedication that resonates far beyond the pitch. We are reminded today just how fragile life can be, even for those who seemed untouchable on the field. If you appreciated the impact Alex Manninger had on the beautiful game, please leave your condolences in the comments below and subscribe for more updates. Sometimes, the most important lesson a player teaches us isn't found in a trophy cabinet, but in the way they are remembered by everyone they met along the way. Have you ever witnessed a transfer deal so disastrous that it makes you question how a professional club functions? Welcome to the bizarre reality of Juventus and the enigma that is Lois Openda. Despite not seeing the pitch for 5 agonizing matches, the conditions for his permanent transfer have been met, and now the old lady is stuck paying a staggering 40.6 million euros to RB Leipzig. That is on top of the 4.1 million they already handed over last year and another 1.7 million in commissions. For that king's ransom, what did Juve get? 2 goals in 33 appearances. That is not just a bad investment, it is an absolute catastrophe. The math is simple but painful, and the reality is that he has been the club's most expensive, yet least effective, signing in recent memory. You have to ask yourself, how does a player of this supposed caliber fall off a cliff so completely? It is not just about the stats. It is the fact that he has been completely mothballed by Luciano Spalletti. You have to wonder what is happening behind the scenes at the training ground for a manager to essentially pretend he does not exist. It is a genuine mystery. Now, with Dusan Vlahovic and Arkadiusz Milik sidelined with injuries, the club is scrambling. They are left with only Jonathan David, while experimenting with Jeremy Boga as a false 9 just to stay afloat. Juventus is already planning to cut their losses and sell him this summer, but who on earth is going to take that bait? The market is not kind to players who have lost all their momentum. Even his former club, Lens, got burned by this move, missing out on a windfall they were promised because his value tanked faster than anyone expected. Looking back, this whole saga feels like a massive what if? They could have gone for Randall Kolo Muani with that same pile of cash, or perhaps they should have realized that keeping Vlahovic meant they didn't need another striker in the first place. It is a harsh lesson in the dangers of impulse buys in the transfer market. What do you think? Is there any way for Openda to salvage his career, or is this the ultimate cautionary tale of modern football? Hit that subscribe button and let me know your thoughts in the comments. At the end of the day, sometimes the biggest mistake a club makes is not buying a player, but ignoring the signs that they were never the right fit to begin with. Sometimes, the most vital players on a team are the ones who don't always take the spotlight, but provide the steady foundation upon which greatness is built. Today, the football world is in mourning as we share the news that former Juventus goalkeeper Alexander Manninger has passed away at the age of 48. It is a sudden and tragic loss that has left fans and colleagues in shock. When Manninger arrived in Turin back in 2008, he stepped into a challenging role. He wasn't just joining a club, he was joining an era dominated by the legendary Jiggy Buffon. Yet, for 4 seasons, Alex proved that being a top-tier goalkeeper is about much more than flashy saves. He brought a sense of reliability and a quiet, selfless spirit that became the heartbeat of that locker room. He was the definition of a professional, always prepared, always ready, and always putting the team before his own personal glory. It is rare to find a player who commands such genuine respect from everyone around him. Giorgio Chiellini perfectly captured the sentiment of the entire squad when he shared his own tribute, calling Alex an exemplary teammate and a truly valuable person. It speaks volumes about the man behind the jersey that even years after his departure, his legacy remains defined by his humility and his character as much as his performance on the pitch. Our hearts go out to his family and his loved ones during this incredibly difficult time. Juventus has officially expressed their deepest condolences, and as fans, we join them in remembering a man who exemplified the very best qualities of the sport. Rest in peace, Alex. Your dedication will never be forgotten. If you have a favorite memory of Alex's time in goal, please share it in the comments below to help us honor his memory today. Sometimes, the true measure of a legacy isn't how many trophies were lifted, but how many people you touched along the way.